We don't really have an end date in mind. The end date is now. We want him home now. Latest symptoms were loss of taste and smell. He had still not been tested for the virus. So we're pretty frustrated and we're scared, really scared for him. He arrived to the airport, everything checked out, made it through security, made it to the gate, minutes from boarding the plane until, he was kind of, I don't know what happened, if he was tapped on the shoulder or he was just taken for questioning. He's being investigated under Section 505A of the Myanmar Penal Code, and they seem to be casting a wide net for journalists with this code. It's essentially labeling them as delivering fake news or incitement and anti-state messaging. He's not on the streets protesting. He's not reporting, not using his personal pages for any kind of personal voice. He's a storyteller, a truth teller, and an objective journalist. We talked to Danny early July. He told us he was having fever, congestion, all the symptoms of COVID. He had not been tested. And then it was a nightmare because we went nearly a month after that before we talked to him again. They had a lockdown in Myanmar. We're not sure the next time we're going to be able to talk with Danny. We were supposed to have a call this past weekend, but that was canceled because they extended the lockdown. His next hearing is on August 23rd. And, it's like getting battered by waves. You come up on this wave, you have all this hope. The hearing happens, he gets sent back to the prison, and, we all kind of crash down, but we're just trying to ride these waves.
And we remain deeply concerned over the continued detention of Danny Fenster, who was working as a journalist in Burma. We are closely monitoring his situation. We continue to press Burma's military regime to release Danny immediately. We will do so until he is able to return home safely to his family. The continued detention of Danny, the arrests of other journalists, the employment of the Burmese military against members of the media, that constitutes an unacceptable attack on freedom of expression in Burma.
We've always said since day one we're going to continue to push them. This is a military that does not care much for diplomacy. They operate totally differently. So it's very hard for us as Americans to kind of understand their process. Even the court hearings are different. So the fact that our government has not had physical access to Danny and the fact that there's no momentum right now towards his release is extremely frustrating. Danny has always been, as a person and as a journalist, very concerned, interested, curious about lives that are unlike his life. There are windows to the world, and especially in times in chaos, we need an informed society, a connected society, and that cannot happen without journalism. Truth tellers and storytellers are so essential right now. And Danny is just one very small part of this broader journalism story.